I'll just ask a question. How did what was your first breakthrough in the business industry?
Well, my breakthrough, yes, after working for other people for quite some time, I decided I'd done enough and I had to set myself up. So I prepared myself, and to be honest, when I left my job, which was on a contract, and I made up my mind I'm not going to be re-employed, I didn't know exactly what I'm going to do. And I think that is an ingredient with everybody. When you are starting up, you don't know exactly, because you don't know what is going to resonate with some success. So I just took a little office somewhere in town here, Kencom House. And I had moved with my secretary, to that place. Now, between me and poverty, I had 3 months leave pay, which I had not taken my leave. So I said, before these 3 months money for leave expires, I hope I'll have figured out what to do. So it was a very, very scary moment, especially if you have a permanent job and a good job. To just walk away from a job is not easy. And it requires a lot of planning, so maybe I didn't plan it very well. Now, when I left, within those 3 months, I met some friends of mine. They were working in this building. I was in Kencom House. And we were having coffee all the time together because I had a lot of free time. And they told me they were making lots of money. I said, in doing what? Because they were not employed, they were playing golf, and only to find out that they used to sell life insurance. They were selling unit trust insurances. And they told me if I knew lots of people, and if I got involved, maybe I could do bloody good job out of it, which I really felt was comforting, because I could work when I wanted, I could do what I wanted, as long as I turned some business in. So that's why I started. Within a few months, I knew so many people like you, and I'll come to you and persuade you to buy a policy from me, and I really started making some good money, better than the salary I was earning. And then, after that, I started looking at properties, because then I was out there, and I said, what about property? So I started looking for funds, borrow money, buy a house, old one. They were not very expensive those days. Not like today. Today you can't do it. Prices of even a maisonette is 25 million shillings or something. Those days you could buy a house for 5 million, 7 million. So just make it up, make it look nicer, dress it up, and then you find a better buyer who is lazy, who could not imagine buying and making it up for themselves. And on and on and on, I ended up becoming director of this company here, which was the owner of the insurance, because I was doing very well for them. Yeah. And after many years, eventually I ended up, when they decided to close down, to buying the property itself. I bought this building, and somebody else bought the insurance business. That is what is called Canon Assurance. That Canon Assurance and this building, they used to belong to the same company. And from there it was just luck and stories, and if you have a good image, many people will sell you. If you have a bad image, people will warn people to keep away from you. So all of you have to be very careful. You have to have a good reputation. Some of you go for shortcut. Shortcut never pays. So it's very important that you create a credible base. Yeah. Otherwise, you have nothing else to offer but your own reputation. So, are you making a good reputation in your business, or you are just conning people? I don't know. And what made you choose that rare service?
That was when I looked at the market, and there were these big fish, the big names in the industry.
Yeah.
I thought the only way I can be able to penetrate into the big market is when I start from the bottom of it, construction. Just after construction, what next? You clean it. There, the contractor and the owner of the building gets confidence that you can even take up maintenance of the building. So that is how I figured it out.
That's good. So you scouting around for buildings near to be finished, or what? How do you do it?
Yes. When I see a building which is it's starting, construction is starting, I approach them. I give them a proposal of what we do. They accept. Immediately, the building has just been complete. We come in, we clean it. Then now the clients can move in.
Oh.
And now I pitch now for the next level, maintaining the cleanliness of the building.
That's very smart. It's only a woman who could do it. It's very natural. And how did you finance your venture?
Initially, when I started off, I had a big dream of post-construction, but since I did not have enough capital to do it, I had a little savings which had started a laundry business. So I also have a laundry business as part of the company. Now that laundry business would give me on a day-to-day cash, the daily collections. That is now what I use to finance and pitch for the big jobs.